Hello there. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Melissa Lemon with Sunrise Healing, and in the month of January, I am just posting a daily video to help us get through the month of January. Sometimes it can be dark and cold and kind of miserable. So I'm hoping to give us just a little boost every day of joy and hope and encouragement. And so today is day one. Happy January. Welcome to 2025. And today I wanted to talk about God's love. This is a topic that I have been studying for a long time. In fact, I had an experience many years ago where I was sharing with somebody that I just didn't understand what God's love was. I just had kind of no clue. And this person wrote down some recommended reading and he said, I hope this takes you on a journey. And I'm feeling emotional about it. It has taken me on quite a journey. And I feel like I do understand the love of God a lot better than I used to. Not that I feel it all the time, not that I remember it all the time, but I feel like I understand it way better than I used to. And I want to share an experience from my journal. This is from I don't have the date on it, but based on what it says in the journal entry, it would have been in the late summer or fall, and I can probably find a year. Doesn't matter. But it was a few years ago. But I had wrote about how I had been praying, and after I prayed, I decided I was just going to listen. And this particular journal, I believe, is before I started doing intuitive healing and stuff. And so that was a newer thing for me, I think, to try to just listen. Not like I had never done it before, but I wasn't in the habit of doing it. And so, like, I am more now. So after I said the prayer, I just was going to listen. And what I was expecting correction. I wasn't asking for correction, but I was expecting correction. I was expecting God to tell me all the things I needed to fix in my life and all the things I'd done wrong. And that is not the experience that I had. Instead, I just saw kind of this vision of standing before God face to face, and he put his hands on my face and he told me all the good things he saw, and he thanked me and said he was grateful for something I had done that day. And it was just a totally different experience than what I was expecting. And it's not surprising because remember, I said I've come to understand the love of God a lot better, but I still don't always remember that. And this is what I've learned about God and his love and even correction, because like I said, I was expecting to be corrected. That was coming from myself. That often at the end of the day, I'm like disappointed in myself that I didn't get all this done, or that I did this and this and this instead of this and this and this, or whatever. And that's kind of me beating myself up. And I think a lot of us have a tendency to do that, especially if we struggle with depression. That can be like a constant battle. But this is what I've learned about God and about his love. God doesn't change. That's a doctrine. There's scriptural evidence for that. I believe that's doctrine for like Jewish people, Christian people. Probably, I've never read the Quran, but I would be willing to look into that and just think that that's kind of a doctrinal thing across all religions, is that we are loved and we have value no matter what. The human beings are the best. And so I am a Christian, and so that's my viewpoint, and so I'll talk from that viewpoint. And so I believe that there is a God that is unchanging, and that includes his love for us. And he is our creator. He's the father of our spirits. That's what I believe. And he's a perfect being. He's done everything he needs to do to get to a place where he's perfect. He doesn't make mistakes anymore. He doesn't, I don't believe he needs help with anything. I think he just is perfect, and his desire is just to give to us, and he just loves us, and he doesn't change. He is unchanging. He's unchanging, unchangeable. Like he has reached the max potential of what a being can reach, and he's just all goodness and unchanging. And that includes his love. His love for us is perfect and it is unchanging. So it doesn't matter what we do, he is always going to love us. That love is never going to change. If we want our lives to be better, it's because we make changes. It has nothing to do with, I mean, God can help us as we ask him and stuff, but it's our choices that make our life better. And he has given us this beautiful gift of agency, and he just loves us, and he just wants us to be happy and healthy and to have the best life ever, and he's there to help and give and serve and bless. And he's given us this beautiful gift of agency, and we get to choose. We get to choose whether we rely on him or not. We get to choose whether we believe in him or not. We get to choose whether we believe in his love or not. And it's interesting. I've had some experiences in my life that have taught me a little bit about bondage and about captivity, and I am so grateful for that. That he is just he lets us be as free as we can be, and that is like such a blessing and such a measure of his profound love for us that he lets us choose. He's not going to force us to do anything. So if we want to see changes in our lives, there are steps that we can take and that we need to take, but his love is never going to change. He's not going to love us more because we do this or less because we do XYZ. That love is constant. It's always there. It's always available. And I'm just so grateful for that. And I'm not going to share my screen, but I just had a thought to read something to you, so hopefully I can find it. So in intuitive healing, one of the things that sometimes happen is we receive divine messages for, maybe on behalf of a client, but it's just getting more in tune with your intuition. This is a skill you can develop to get divine messages, which is basically just like receiving. For me, that means I receive a very clear message from God, like it's basically a verbatim word for word message that I can write down. And so I would like to read this to you. So I received this divine message sometime between August and September 2024 when I was typing it up. I hadn't written the exact date in my journal. I guess I need to be better at doing that, but I would like to read to you what it says. And I wrote this kind of in the first person for myself, but I'm going to attempt to read it in the third person so that you can hear and feel this. And I invite you to just, feel the love, the truth of this kind of soak into you. And if you have a resistance to anything that I'm about to say, I would invite you to after this video, go work on those resistances, scribble them out, like journal about them, and watch this video again and listen to this again until you believe it, until you believe that it's true, because it's true. And believing truth and light and love and goodness is it raises our vibrations and our energy, and it helps us to just be happier and healthier and to be in a state of healing. And so I would like to read this to you. Your heavenly parents have been and are always there for you. They want you to know that. They want you to trust that. They want you to succeed. They want you to call upon them in supplication, to beseech them, to pray earnestly, to petition with urgency, to entreat them, to ask earnestly. Ask and ye shall receive, because they want to give. They want you to implore. They love you. Believe that in the deep recesses of your being, for it is true. When you were little, they watched you grow, joyed over your progress, sorrowed at your sufferings. You are a pure joy. You always have been. They are your parents, and you are their child. They love you perfectly, as perfect parents do. They would give anything to see you happy and well. They are moving heaven and earth for your sake. They are sorry for how difficult things can be sometimes. You do not deserve that. It's just part of life. They love you forever, literally. So that is the message that I have for you today. I hope that you will get to a place where you can hear that and it doesn't grate against your spirit, or you don't like doubt it, but that you just believe it. And I would encourage you to work on that. Scribble out or breathe out or journal out any resistances you have to believing that. I believe it's true. I believe it's true for me, and I believe it's true for you, and I believe it is true for every human being on the planet that ever lived. So, and that ever will live. It's just the reality in my mind. And so, welcome to January. That's what I wanted to focus on today, was God's perfect, amazing, unchanging love for you and for me. I'm excited for this month. I'm excited to see the journeys we go on and the fun that we have. And I hope that this video has just brought you a little bit of joy and happiness and hope today. And that's my goal. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.